So our book.
Generated electricity. What was that?
We did a video on how to generate electricity.
You did?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was the capacitor video.
It was a different video.
Oh.
We did like 3 videos on electricity.
Is this shared with me too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, this document here is very, very old.
Let's see.
I mean, the learning video, that's back from 20...
Oh yeah, didn't you say this is wrong? Oh, the GMO. Oh, I guess the GMO stuff. Or is this the links how you said how you found a link that where it's like more than 10,000 years old? Remember how?
No, that was for an article for a. That was for.
Agriculture is more than.
Yeah, that was for a essay.
Oh, and you don't know if you have that source?
Not on this computer, I don't. If I do, it's going to be on my other computer, but I have no idea.
The one that you gave to me?
No.
Oh.
My school computer.
Oh.
That I use to apply for jobs, and then it sits.
Oh yeah, is it good to have a laptop plugged in all the time or no?
Mine's not plugged. No.
So it should not be plugged in all the time.
No.
So we pretty much ruined the laptop you gave me. Because that was plugged in 24/7. Well, no, I guess I did turn off the power.
If you turn off the power, it's fine.
Yeah, I think I did turn... I'm pretty sure we did turn off the power.
It doesn't really matter. Honestly, I thought my laptop battery was shot at during college. It wasn't.
Oh,
I replaced it and didn't change it.
Oh, mine's shot.
But you've also been
at
using
least it
yours
says
for a
at
lot
least.
longer than mine.
5 years.
Yeah, I used mine for 3.
Actually, like 5.5 now, because I got it in June. Almost 5.5.
Wow. Anyways, new segment time. We are gonna. Okay, we've talked about writing a book before.
Talk about writing a novel.
A novel. We want to write an informative book. Well, I want to write an informative book.
You do. And I figured, why not?
So it's gonna be he wants to split up into 3 books, but I want to keep it as 1 book, just because
There's a thought.
the humanity part, it's just like a few pages of this and that.
Yeah, I just figured it's just something kind of random that didn't really fit in with the whole physics theme. You just kind of wanted a random book about whatever you're interested in.
Because like the whole idea was, I was thinking about all the scripts I've written over the past, God knows how many years. And I was like, what if we make that into a book? Okay, we can't make that into a book, but what if we use the same knowledge and make a book? And I figured, heck, why not? And, like, I mean, sure, once you start getting into human society and stuff, but, like, it's a natural progression. The whole thing was, we talk about, you know, the fundamental forces the fundamental laws in the universe. Maybe the forces would go in that, I don't know. Okay, so, like, there's 5 sections. First section is the laws of nature. Then we have the atom. Then we have the universe, Earth, and humanity.
Mm-hmm.
So, where would the fundamental forces go? Should they go with the atom, or do they go with
laws?
The laws. Do you think they should go with the laws?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kepler's laws. I know you noticed you didn't make a comment on this. Should that go with the universe or fundamental laws of the universe?
Put it all with laws. Laws.
Okay, and just reference back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've already mentioned Kepler's laws. I just figured.
Because, like, we're talking about relativity and that kind of stuff.
In the laws?
Well, I mean, but, like, those work best with black holes.
Well, I just figured, like, the laws section is just kind of random. Because you're going to have, like, gas laws and all the other kind of laws. You should just have, like, just an astronomy section, an earth science section.
I didn't want to make it like that. Because, like, my idea was to go from, like, big out. What builds the universe? What is the universe built on? And it's built on all these laws, and then you have then those laws determine how atoms work, and so then you talk about atoms.
Yeah,
and
the thing
atoms
is,
determine
but
how
the thing is that you kind of need to talk about them synonymously, like together. I don't.
Well, yeah, that's why I said some laws maybe should go with atoms.
Which is why I feel like we shouldn't have a laws section.
But where the heck are you going to talk about Newton's laws
when you talk about gravity?
So we don't have a laws section at all. We just start off with the atom.
Yeah.
What about quantum? I guess quantum mechanics would work great with that.
Yeah.
So it's a 4-part book.
I don't like 4.
You don't like 4?
No. No. You make the laws section measurements, because it's and talk about like measuring like time, like how do we define how long a second is, how long a meter is. That's important.
I guess, but that just seems really explaining, and they didn't really talk about. My idea was like, what a 9th grade science textbook is like?
No.
It's a bunch of random stuff.
Do you have one?
I could probably get one.
Get one. Show me, and that's what we're gonna make.
Because but not an actual textbook though.
No, not a textbook.
But like it contains the same crap. Because the 9th grade science textbook is wild. Or actually, most science textbooks before you get into like chemistry and physics, they're just random stuff. They've got like the fundamental laws. They've got all that stuff.
Well, it's a survey course.
Oh yeah, they figure out what
It's
people are
surveys.
interested in, then people take that.
It's surveys, yeah.
And
That's what I call. Actually, my physics teacher called his course surveys.
right. Are you really this invested in physics?
Well, no, it's just like all the different aspects of physics, because we're talking about electrostatic forces. We're talking about gravity. We're talking about vectors. We talked about we didn't talk about gas laws. That's chemistry.
It's all important.
Talked about measuring stuff. Kinematics.
But anyways. But
Momentum.
okay, what about like kinetic energy and stuff? Are you gonna talk about?
What about it?
Well, where is that gonna go? Without a law section, where are you gonna put that?
So do you want an energy section?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the first section should be. Energy.
Energy.
And we talk about, kinetic energy. We talk about, the kind of like, E equals mc squared. The speed of light.
Yeah.
That stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, it'll bleed into the universe part when you talk about the birth of the universe and black holes. But it still works.
I feel like that probably... See, I guess the whole measuring thing and defining... I guess that's something I'm more interested in, but I guess the average person probably really doesn't care how we define how long a second should last. That was one of the big things... One of the very first profound questions I remember asking myself when I was in, 9th grade. How do we define how long a second is?
I don't remember the first profound question.
And everyone was just like, what the hell? Why do you care? But it's it's interesting, How do you know how long a second should last?
I don't remember what my first profound question was.
And that's kind of how I got into physics. Because I just kept asking questions like that.
How did you get... Okay, question. Since we're doing a book on science, how did you get into science? Because obviously there's going to be a biography.
Oh, I remember another one I had. This was in my junior year. I do remember asking this question. It was, why do we feel like we're inside Earth, but yet when you go to the moon, you feel like you're on the moon?
Listen here.
It's because of the atmosphere. But I was really thinking about that. I was just like, it feels weird to think about I feel like I'm in Earth, but yet on the moon, you feel like you're on the moon.
I feel like that's two different things here. I feel like I'm on Earth. I am not in Earth.
No, you're in Earth. You're within Earth.
Only time I think I'm within Earth was I'm in a cave or in a mine.
No. You're within Earth. But when you go to the moon, you're on the moon.
I don't know. Okay, that's how you feel. That's not how I feel.
But yeah, I guess. But I quickly realized, it's just the atmosphere. But then I started asking,
But anyways,
well, why?
So obviously there's going to be a biography section for our, for us.
Oh, we need a biography section.
For the author, us the authors.
About the author.
So on the back there's always about the authors.
Yeah.
So, and obviously it's a whole book on science and a lot of different types of sciences.
Mm-hmm.
So people are going to ask, why did you get into science? How did you get into science?
Well, from a young age, I'd always been interested in just building, creating, designing. I remember I used to do math when playing with Legos and designing stuff.
Oh, I remember that.
They're
all like, bro, stop.
Hell, when I did survival craft, I would literally get out graph paper.
Oh, I remember.
I would get out graph paper and plan out how I was going to design every little floor plan before I even started building.
I mean, Kyle did that one time for one thing.
Yeah, but I just remember because I wanted to make everything symmetrical. Because I got tired of just deleting it. I was like, let me just plan this out. And then I was like, ooh, but I wanted to add this. And but I want to add a window here. And I'd plan it all out before I even started.
I did it one time for, I did math. I brought out graph paper one time just because I couldn't do the math in my head because it was such large numbers. And I got it to work out, but it was just,
Yeah.
there was too many dimension stuff. But no. Yes, I distinctly remember. How did you, but like, when did you realize you're like, wow, I really like science?
Well, in 9th grade, see, I had never taken a physics course, so I guess in 8th grade we kind of talked about.
Not physics directly. I'm just talking science. Or did it kind of happen at the same
Yeah,
time?
it kind of happened all at the same time. I'm telling my story. Let me tell my story, okay?
Yeah, sorry.
So in 8th grade, we did more or less physics, but we didn't really call it physics. It was just 8th grade science.
Yeah.
But all these things we were talking about was science, you know? Like we were talking about like how fast the speed of sound is. What does it depend on? And we talked a little bit about frame of reference, I think. And we talked about light, electromagnetic spectrum, and all these different things. And that's kind of what was like, ooh, this is kind of cool. And then when I was in 9th grade, you know, in high school, that's when I found out, you know, we offer an actual physics course. I was like, oh, I can't wait to take that, you know, because I took physical science, and the whole class was so interesting. I would just ask myself questions all the time throughout the class, because we even had a math section, you know, and I remember the teacher, she's like, I can have to stand here and lose mass, and I'm just like thinking in my head, well, I mean, you could take a dump and you're losing mass. Every time you breathe, you're breathing out CO2, which weighs more than the oxygen that you breathe in.
You're also shedding off skin cells.
You're like constantly losing mass and gaining mass. What do you mean?
Then you're also constantly, you know, producing heat.
Yeah.
Thermal radiation. It's all E equals MC squared. It's all mass. What are you talking? Well, technically, this would be a conversion of mass into energy. But point is, it's like you're wrong.
And it was, you know, my freshman year when I was just like, oh, I can't wait to take physics. And then I got into my senior year when I finally got to take the physics course, and that was a blast. It wasn't until like the tail end of it though, when I started like just looking up YouTube videos about just various topics, and you know, started to go on my own like tangent on learning different things.
That's when we started YouTube, you know that.
Yeah, it was my second semester senior year when I started watching YouTube video like Minute Physics and Vsauce and that.
We'd already started by then because you're 2 years ahead of me. So
your sophomore year?
We started my sophomore year.
Yeah.
Because we started after that birthday party of Kyle's, where him and I threw that thing.
Yeah.
So that was 2016.
Yeah, that was my senior year.
Yeah.
Wasn't it June of that year, though?
Huh?
Wasn't it June of that year?
It was May.
Oh, so it was at the very, very end, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
wait, was it your graduation party then, maybe?
I don't remember. No, it wasn't, because my graduation party, I had to leave.
I remember that, yeah.
I had to work. I had to work.
I was like, this is your party.
No, you weren't there. You left, everyone was already gone. Because we were literally cleaning up. And I think my aunts was like the last people to leave, and they left at like 9:30.
Oh. Oh, yeah, because we left early because you were like, yeah, I'm going to leave. Or like, maybe Kyle had work or something?
No, he didn't have to work night crew. I think you're thinking something else.
Maybe you had to get up in the morning for who knows?
But then I remember sophomore year of UNL, my second semester, I took Physics 3. And that was the course. how I learned that everything I thought about physics
Is
is wrong. That's when I learned, you know, the Dunning-Kruger effect?
No, you never talked about this.
Yeah, you do. You'll recognize it as soon as I show you. Oh, yeah, can you might want to show this, too.
Well, I have to wait till you're...
Yes. Wait, can I... wanted to, like, zoom in on the... Wait.
Just click on the picture.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, Boomer?
Wait, what is this one? Slope of Enlightenment. Valley of Despair. Ah, yes, I like this one. We'll do this one. Open
a
image.
new tab.
Yes. All right. So this is called the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? So you start out knowing nothing. This is me, basically senior year, first semester, in
UNL. Go on.
no, senior year at high school.
Yeah, but
right?
then
then I quickly progressed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then freshman year, sophomore year, and then probably around sophomore year. No, I'm sorry, second semester. No, first. So I started second semester freshman year. So I reached the peak of Mountain Stupid my first semester sophomore year. Then second semester rolled around, and I entered Physics 3. And then instantly just
Valley of
within
Despair.
about a month. Well, I guess no, because it kept on. I mean, I still feel like I'm down here. I'm still down here.
Oh, we're all still down here.
And in relation to the average person,
I'm still here.
no. No. Well, I guess no. You're probably over here because of how much I've told you, though.
Oh.
Well,
Wow.
competence. Oh wait, but I guess this is how much you know, though, too. I don't know. So
My curve's different.
you don't feel like you're confident, though?
Well, it depends.
Maybe
what
you
we're
haven't gone
talking
over the peak. Anyways, let me explain how this works. So you go into a subject, anything that you find interesting. You're like, oh, this is easy. I like this, you know? This is kind of fun. You know, what else am I going to learn? What else am I going to learn?
Macroeconomics.
Yeah, and then you start
First
learning
2
more,
weeks.
and then it gets a little bit harder. But then at some point, you learn that everything that you know is just an approximation, and that there is no truth, and there's always this hidden knowledge
You're probably
behind
wrong.
the facts, and that more than likely, you're not seeing the full picture. Once you start to learn that the full picture is really just a fuzzy outline, you've hit the Valley of Despair, my friend.
Oh, that's the strings, the fuzzy outline there.
The fuzzy outline?
The vibrating
Oh.
strings.
Yeah. That's a whole valley of itself.
Well, I'm just making a joke because we're talking about we understand where quantum particles come from.
Yeah.
Strings.
But my point
They're
is,
just fuzzy out.
my point is though, is that you learn how much you don't know. And that was me in Physics 3. I learned how much I don't know because everything that I thought was true, I found out was just an approximation. And that there is really no ultimate truth in physics. There is no way to answer a question without bringing up more questions.
Fun.
Actually, I started to realize this my senior year of high school. So, because I'd look up various things, and then as I'd learn about something, I had more questions, and then more questions, and eventually I just got tired of asking questions. But those questions led you down to deeper and deeper paths. And that's when you realize how much you don't know. When you realize how much you don't know, your confidence drops. Because it's like, I want to understand everything, but at the same time, I'm realizing I will never understand everything. I will never understand anything. Because everything is an open-ended question.
Yeah.
But as you start to learn more and more, eventually how you compare to the average person, that gap starts to widen. And your competence grows. You become more and more competent in the subject, but yet at the same time, you feel less and less confident than every other individual walking around on Mount Stupid.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then at some point, you reach some Hawking enlightenment.
I don't think any.
And I'm pretty sure all
physicist
these
has ever
guys.
written The Slope of Enlightenment.
Well, because see, then you start to post some revolutionary paper, and I'm sure that starts to boost your confidence.
Yeah, but no one's ever made to the plateau of stability.
I'm pretty sure. No one. I'm pretty
Not
sure
yet.
that this whole thing needs to have more undulations of just up, down, up, down, up,
Yeah.
down. There is no just.
Undulations, nice word.
Hey, you like it?
Yes.
I just feel like this whole thing should be more chaotic.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you know the physics for a Nobel Prize for Physics years was from chaos theory?
Oh, yeah. Was it?
Well, it
For
was
this
3
year?
scientists that studied chaos.
Yeah?
Yeah, one guy did like the atmosphere, some other guy did
Mm-hmm.
quantum particles, and a guy did something else.
Ah. Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah. Because those people.
You gotta watch the Dr. Becky video. I told you, you gotta watch the Dr. Becky
And
video.
the reason why I say this is that my physics professor, the one who I had him twice. Not because I failed the course. I had him twice because he has his own. So I took him for Physics 3. And then I later found out that he has his own course because this guy, literally you can ask him any question you want. And he'd be happy to talk about it. Well, there's certain topics you should not talk about with him. Because
any person.
it'll piss him off. I know one of them is asking him what's at the edge of the universe. Just because like one of those.
There's no edge, damn it! And then he just explodes, doesn't he?
Well, it's like to him there are stupid questions.
There's an edge of the there's an
To
edge
him
of the visible
there
universe.
are stupid questions, and you just have to kind of know which battles to pick.
Yeah.
But
There's an edge of the observable universe.
there are questions that he loves talking about,
Of course.
and he will go on for
Why?
20 minutes talking about just various things, and he'll tell stories too.
This was the class with it was just concepts, right?
No. This is the professor who taught that class. And I
Well, that's what I was talking about.
later found out that he offered a class that's literally just his
Him
class.
doing that.
It's called, well, the class has a name. It's called Modern Topics in Physics and Astronomy. But it's literally just a topic where he'll just go on rants talking about what he likes to talk about. And it was a very fun class because the whole class is just him going on tangents.
Well, I wanted to come and watch that, but
Yeah.
I never got the chance.
Yeah, it was quite fun. And
I haven't.
he told me one time that he said, 2 years ago, I would have admitted that we pretty much know everything we know about the sun, and that our whole theory about how stars form and die, it's pretty damn solid. And
That's an idiot statement.
well, see, the thing is that we were discovering nothing new, and then all of a sudden, this data comes back about I don't know what it was, neutrinos or something, and it was
Had
like
to be true. It's the only thing we're studying about the star at this point.
no, I
Besides
don't know what it
Parker's
was.
doing. We haven't heard anything about Parker. How is Parker
Oh,
doing?
what about the Corona space probe, the one that was studying, no, that was Parker. That's studying the Corona. I just remember a friend and I were joking about, it's studying beers in the universe, beers in the sun. No, he was like,
Hey, don't let it
but
drive.
he was like 2 years ago we had this data back that no one could understand, and they're still trying to work out a theory,
Somebody sneezed on the sensor.
or some explanation for why this data is coming
Can
back.
you imagine they just come to that conclusion? Some jackwad freaking sneezed on the sensor.
Yeah, it's in space.
Astronauts. Do you know how the cosmonauts are screwing up the ISS? They could have easily went.
Yeah, they take a spacewalk out to the sun. Achoo!
We don't know what they're doing. We don't know what the Chinese are
It's
doing.
93 million miles away.
Light years, yeah.
Light
We got a real
years.
problem if the sun's 93 million light years away.
It's a bright star, okay?
It's very bright.
No. Enough to keep us warm.
Apparently,
A nice, fine 53-degree average.
the sun could be dead for all we know. Basically, for that point.
Well, it would have been dead it's considered it's dark out. Yeah. I was going to say 8 minutes ago.
No, remember you almost said 93 million light years instead of 93 million miles.
Yeah, so the sun's been dead for 93 million years.
Yeah, we would have no idea
No,
until 93 million years from now.
because we're still feeling all the heat, light, and
Except
gravity.
for those cosmonauts that went and sneezed on the sensor.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, that's interesting.
But yeah, I wonder if there'll be any gurus in physics. Well, see, I feel like a guru in physics is just the whoever you attribute to being the.
I feel like any professor is a guru.
Well, yeah, that too. I was gonna say who's ever holding the. What is it? The Lucretian mathematical chair or whatever.
For what?
There's
a king of physics.
Yeah.
Is he elected or does he? Or is
I don't know how to spell the word. Mathematical chair.
No, that's just a chair.
No, it was like I don't even know how to search this.
King of physics.
Newton's chair, because Newton was like one of the first people to hold it.
He probably invented the chair. Nope.
Ah, yes.
Ah.
The
Lucinius skin.
this chair, that chair.
This is not a very flattering picture of that scientist. Made him look chubby.
Oh, I didn't spell it. I did alt. Where's your history? All right.
No. Well, no. Just type in Lucy.
This. I want to search this. What?
Give me that. Stop. Just stop.
Control C.
I wasn't done.
Oh, what were you doing?
But actually, no.
No, wait, yeah. Oh,
That.
Yeah. That. The Lucasian professor of mathematics. Newton was the second person to hold that.
So these
chair.
are the kings of physics.
Yeah. It's a mathematical professorship
Newton held it for
in
33
Cambridge.
years. Wow.
Established by King Charles.
Oh, so yeah, it isn't an election. You're literally there by blood.
Well, no, the whole thing was I mean, now they I don't know how they do it.
Let me see.
But anyways.
Wow, there have not been that many. Who's that schmuck?
Lyle Cates, he's the person who holds it now. Physical mechanics of soft condensed matter. String theory.
Wow, why did
There's
Hawking lose it?
He died.
In 2009?
2018.
Yeah, look when he lost it. 2009.
What do you see?
Below.
Oh, wait, what is that? Wait, what is that date? Year of appointment. Oh, maybe they had no one. Oh, I don't know why he lost it. He probably retired.
I'm just
He
saying.
retired.
I don't know. I thought string theory died.
It never died.
I thought we've kind of given up on string theory for the moment until we can build better sensors.
What? No,
Because
it's
they're
our
just-
only
because they
theory.
can- oh, that's right.
It's our only theory. We have nothing else. Well, I guess we have loop quantum gravity.
I thought it isn't that pretty much dead.
Well, no, it's unfalsifiable. We don't have enough evidence. We don't have anything to say that is a theory that we can test.
I thought isn't string theory more possible still at this point in time?
Well, the whole thing is that I think it was based off the Higgs boson or whatever.
Right,
and the mass of the Higgs boson is wrong.
Whoops! How come nobody ever talks about that? It was like it's the right Higgs, and no one's ever like it's the wrong Higgs.
No one wants to admit it. This was like another half-hour conversation that professor went on.
Does this piss him off when people talk about the Higgs?
No, he loves talking about it. He loves to piss off those people.
Oh, well,
he loves
the
to
right
piss.
Higgs. No, it's not.
No, well, no. They tell you they found the Higgs. They never said that. They never said anything about the right Higgs. No.
They found a Higgs.
They said they found the Higgs boson. That's all they say. They just use the word "the" as a noun, not the Higgs boson. Oh, no. The mass of the Higgs is wrong. The mass of the Higgs does not support our standard model.
But isn't there multiple different types of Higgs bosons?
We don't know.
Oh.
We don't know.
Oh, cool.
The whole thing is that since we found the wrong one, it's like, I guess there's more than one now. I didn't know. I guess there's more than one.
Again, the Russian sneezed on the sensor.
We literally found the wrong one.
Again, somebody
I
sneezed.
guess that means there's more than one.
Again, somebody sneezed.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because wasn't it... Because, like, Becky did a whole video on this. She talked about how we said its mass should be here. And so, like, okay, we should be able to find it with this cyclotron. But the probabilities are too low. So we need to increase the energies to increase the probability. But when you increase the energies, you're going to find something else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened, isn't it? They increased the energies, and they got something. They got a different Higgs boson.
Well, that's not what I heard, but whatever.
Well, that's what I'm saying now. That's how I'm interpreting it. It's basically they cranked up the energy to increase the probability of discovering the Higgs because, well, Fermi could do it, but it was just going to take twice as long as, say, like the. You're.
I'm sorry. I'm not following at all.
Anyways, back to the science discussion.
I'm not following at all.
Doesn't matter anymore. Point is, that's weird that. See, I got into science way before you then, apparently.
I guess. When did you get in?
So, I was at our aunt and uncle's in 2000 and... Was it 2007? Maybe, I don't know.
That's the year our cousin was born.
Yeah, because I think she was pregnant at the time. Anyways, we were watching Storm Chasers on Discovery Channel. I was like, oh, this is really freaking cool. And so I got home, and I was like, Mom, I need to watch Discovery Channel, so that because they had Dish at the time, and so did we.
Wait, but weren't you always interested in space and stuff?
Right, but never. I was always interested in space,
but not in science.
And I was always asking questions, but never constructively. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like oh my god, I need to.
Until 2007.
Well, it was the summer before. It was the spring of my third grade. Is when this all happened. Mm-hmm. So basically, I get home, and it was like it was almost lunchtime, and I'm like, all right. So I turn it on. I watch one episode of Storm Chasers, and then this other show came on afterwards. I could never read it. Because freaking third grade me is like, I don't know what this says. It was Mythbusters, and my lucky slut got to watch the pilot as the first episode I ever saw.
Literally, the pilot was on that day?
Yes. That's not the day the pilot aired. The pilot had been on since 2003.
Oh.
But that was the first episode I ever saw was the pilot. Was the JATO rocket car.
Yeah.
And that is the moment that got me into science because there was a marathon on that weekend.
Oh, there was a Mythbusters marathon?
Right, yeah. And then I was always watching Mythbusters, and I was on the Discovery Channel constantly. And this was back when the Discovery Channel wasn't just a reality television.
Is this when you just got Dish?
Yeah. Because we still had the little diagram that tells you what each channel is, and that's how we figured out what channel Discovery Channel was.
And that's when everything started
I don't know.
in.
Point is... Oh, yeah, I got bigger everywhere. Even the brain.
Even the brain. Yeah. You said your third to fourth... Wait, was it your third to fourth grade year or your fourth to fifth grade year? You were just like 2 grades ahead of everyone.
That was 5th grade. I was at 8th grade level for science. When they tested me, like, yeah, you're...
How did they test that?
Well, they do the NISA and the MAP tests.
Oh.
And so the NISA test, just basically they give you questions you should be able to answer at your grade level, and they do ones above there. And so, like, if I go and answer, like, a bunch of them correct or all of them correct, obviously I'm well more equipped for more than just 5th grade.
Yeah.
And then the MAP test has you answer just this many questions, but they have a whole back catalog of questions they can ask. That are ranging of things. And so while you're taking the test, it's trying to gauge where you are in each thing.
Yeah.
And so the MAP test was like, yeah, this guy is
Is
He should be in 8th grade.
oh.
And I remember we only took the science map test specifically every so often.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember 9th grade. So that fall we took it, and I was 2nd place in the class.
Mm-hmm.
And my sped teacher, he was just like, "I want you to be first." And I'm like, "Okay." And so it was the day of the test, and I'm sitting there in computer apps, and I'm like, you know what they always talk about there that I never know how to answer? Ions. But I didn't know what an ion was. I'm like, that'll be the thing that gets me the edge. Oh, it gave me the edge. 10 points! I was 10 points ahead of the next person.
Because you answered an ion question?
Oh, I answered lots of questions about ions.
Wait, like how did this work again? It's like you.
So basically, it keeps asking you questions,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and so like obviously it gets to an ion. So like obviously it tests you ions. You don't learn about ions until.
But you knew
chemistry.
about them or something, or what?
Well, I remembered them always asking about them.
Yeah.
I didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
I just remembered I'm like ions.
So you went to go look those up or something?
Mm-hmm. And that gave me the edge because now I'm learning about stuff you don't learn till you're in chemistry.
Oh.
You know, I was learning stuff like you'd be a sophomore, junior in high school.
And so that's how you got first.
By 10 points. Because, like, there was, like, I don't know, the point scale was weird, but, there was probably a range of 50 points for the entire class.
Yeah.
50, 60 points. Maybe more. The stupid end gets pretty damn low.
Have you ever wondered what it'd be like? I thought about this quite often. Would it be like to go back to, like, no earlier than middle school, but definitely, like, high school era, like, you know, sophomore, junior year high school, with the knowledge that you have now.
Oh!
And just go...
Didn't I tell you this question where this person asked, would you rather be retired, would be 50 or something? Would you rather be, like, 50 and have enough money to retire or something? Or would you rather go back to to when you were a kid or whatever and have as much knowledge as you have now? And I'm like, of course I would go back.
Yeah.
Do you realize what I could do?
Yes. No, I've
Not
thought
only
about
rig the
this.
stock market, but there'd be a variety of things.
No. I just cannot imagine what it'd be like to go back into high school and be able to ask all the profound questions that I have now, just to, like, you know, well, number one, to be a smart
slut.
Smart slut.
Smart bastard, too.
A smart bastard in class and just ask these questions.
We've been most hated people.
Just to piss off the professor.
You mean the teacher?
The teacher. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. They're not professors. They don't deserve the title professor. Teachers.
See, my problem is I already did that. Because my teachers weren't that good.
My physics teacher that I had in high school, he was great. You know, he answered all sorts of questions I had. But the problem is, I was just learning. And so it's very easy for them to have answers to all the questions I have now. But it's like, I could now ask questions that I know there are answers to, but I'd ask them in such a way that I want to hear their response. And because I'm so well informed in said field, I can then have a discussion about their answers. Because, see, obviously I could ask answers that we don't know yet. And sure, they could talk about it. But I want to ask some questions, the answers that we have, that I'm either confused about and want to learn more about, because I want to talk about that, or just to see, like, how they answer certain things.
Well, I would certainly go tell our parents to invest all of our stocks in Tesla.
Yeah. But...
or actually, no, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin? Yeah. No, but...
And tell my dad, you're going to buy Dogecoin.
Yeah, Doge.
He'd be like, what? He'd be like,
No,
what? The thing is, though, my dad owns Dogecoin.
You told me that, yeah.
I don't even own some Dogecoin.
No.
And this man does.
No. Listen to this, though. So my friend that I work with in the frozen department, he said 2 years ago he bought $5 worth of Doge. How he knew about... I don't even know how he knew
I knew about Doge way more... I knew about Doge before that.
But he bought it. He owned $5
Well,
worth.
I was a
and then-
teenager. I was 14. What was I supposed
So
to do?
at the time, it was like 0.09 cents. It wasn't even a penny yet.
Oh yeah.
And he bought like $5 worth, and then as soon as he made his money back, because I think it went up and down, and then as soon as I think it made like, I don't even know what percentage. He's like, all right, we're gonna sell it now. I made that money back.
He could have made so much money. He could have made like $500.
Yep. No, he just no.
He regrets it every day, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't really care.
Oh,
He doesn't really
what a
care.
loser. Anyways,
He doesn't
no,
care.
14-year-old me. I knew about people like, oh, you heard about Doge, and I'm like, I
Well, what
looked
is
at
it
them
right
like,
now?
I've known about Doge since I was 14. Actually, it's been going up recently, which pisses me off because I was gonna buy some, then it went up, and I'm like, well,
It's not up that high. It's 27 cents.
oh, that is lower than last time I looked.
It went up to like 42. And I think that was around.
Yeah, well, yeah, because at the beginning of this month it was so much lower.
Or no, 80s.
It was at like 19 cents, and and that's when I was looking. I'm like, oh, I should buy some, but I'm gonna see if it drops more.
Well, what is this that you're looking at? Is this Robin Hood?
Yeah. That I have my one free stock that's literally the worst performing stock on the face of the planet. I don't think it's gone. I don't think it's not stable at all. It is. I don't think it's gone up. It's just
Oh,
fluctuates.
Tesla's at 900?
Yeah, dude.
Weren't we gonna split a share?
Well, no, when we were gonna buy it,
It was 700 or 600.
So when we were gonna buy it, we were gonna buy it before the split.
Yeah.
And then it split 3 ways after that. I'm like, do you realize how much we would be worth right now?
Why didn't we do it?
No, we didn't have the money.
Oh, well, now we do.
No, we don't.
We don't?
I don't.
You don't have $300?
No.
Oh. Well, you should have bought it.
Not if I'm going to go on this trip.
Yeah. Because I have $300.
Well, we'll see.
I don't have $900.
It's going to keep going up. It's going to hit a plateau here soon, so we'll see. They might split it again. Hard to say.
It's going to always keep going up.
Do you know what the most valuable U.S. private company is?
Apple.
Private.
Oh. Is Tesla private?
No.
I don't know. What's private?
SpaceX.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. I knew it was something about Elon.
SpaceX. They're the second most valuable private company in the world. I still don't know what
What's
the first
number-
one is,
oh.
but they're the most they're the most profitable one in the country. And actually, they're close to being one of the most valuable companies in the world, because they're worth $100 billion. That puts them at like 120th or 30th in the world.
Yeah.
And they're private, no stocks.
Yeah, well, he doesn't want to sell it. Because as soon as he starts giving away shares, you lose power. Because can't eventually people buy out majority shares or whatever and kick him out?
Maybe.
I think that was the whole thing.
Well, also, I mean, like, investors wouldn't like his method of just blowing up rockets constantly.
Yeah.
They would do a Boeing method. They would do a Blue Origins method, like with what Jeff Bezos is doing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we're going to build one rocket, and we're going to get it right.
Nope.
I mean, they're going to build lots of rockets, but they're not going to build trial runs.
No, you got a trial.
And Elon is doing that, which, I mean, he's making crazy progress. He's literally limited by regulation.
Paul
right
Dirac was the thing. Oh, I moved that whole thing.
Anyways, so that's crazy that I got into science.
And Stokes.
I never realized you were never into science as much as I was. Did you ever get that vibe that I was more into it than you were?
A little bit, yeah. Well, you would always talk about all these things, and I was number one. I never followed the news. Okay.
Oh, that doesn't.
I never followed the news. But no, I was always interested in math.
I was never interested in the math. The math bored me.
I was always interested in math, and then I never really had access to science resources.
Your parents didn't nurture you, did they?
Well, I mean, they took me to bright lights, which I mean, I got a more broader sense of science that way.
But they weren't just like we'd go on vacation. Your mom would be like,
We didn't
"Hey,
have money for that.
oh, that's right. Your dad just didn't go. Your dad just doesn't like vacations.
Oh no, he likes vacation. He doesn't like the money aspect of vacations.
Literally, like they wouldn't just drive. They wouldn't. My parents' idea of vacation was we drive out to a museum for the day.
Do you know how much gas that costs? Do you know how much entry fees cost?
Most museums are very, very cheap, especially if you're having kids. The kids are free.
Well, that was his whole rationale.
Right. $50 for the day to get your kids interested in science so that maybe you could retire if they became engineers.
Yeah, no, no.
Wow. Maybe you would have become an engineer then.
No, because I still would have gone on job shadows and realized, no, this isn't for me.
You know, I learned, you know how much technicians make?
No.
Well, not technicians say. You know, I was looking at a thing like 10 best STEM majors.
Yeah.
Physics.
Oh, really?
It's in the bottom 10 of the top 10.
Yeah.
You were like 6th or something.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You're supposed to make 60 grand.
Supposed to.
Well, on average.
We're riding about 20.
I'd assume in this part of the country you ain't making anywhere close to that.
We're making about 24,000 a year right now.
Before tax?
I don't know.
Because you're doing that. If you're doing that.
Well, then again, I'm also not getting 40 hours a week anymore.
Yeah, that is some crap. No, but because like my parents, we went to Springfield just for a vacation because my dad wanted to go to the show there, and then we were at the state. It was the Illinois State Fair. My mom was like, "Hey, there's a science thing over here. Let's go do that." And so we go do that, and then like at the when we were in Chicago for the same vacation, we on Miracle Mile there was like, "Oh, there's a science museum thing over here. Let's go do that."
Yep.
Nurtured. Well, at least my mother nurtured me. Apparently, your dad.
No, money.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Not even, they couldn't even take him to Moral Hall. I know our
Grandma took me to Moral Hall.
I know, Grandma took
me to Moral Hall.
Yeah, Grandma nurtured you.
Yes.
You should have asked Grandma to take you to more museums.
Yeah.
It's too late.
I mean, we didn't really go to many. I mean, maybe when we were kids. No, we didn't really go to museums. I went to the Children's Museum several times when I was a kid.
That was always fun. I liked the Children's Museum. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the last time we went was with our little cousin? When she was like 1 or 2?
Well, that was the last time you went.
Oh, did you not go with us that time?
No. I went after that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. When I was in, I think, was I a freshman?
Well, yeah, you would have been.
I took a bright lights course.
Oh.
Where it was film and photography, and we went down to we went down to the Children's Museum because they had some new exhibit on like balls spinning and going over ramps and stuff. And we went there to go film it because like it was like a film and photography and like broadcasting, so you learn how to like broadcast stuff. And we put on like a show for our parents. And,
I'm sure.
But we had to film it and then interview some people there who knew about the exhibit, and we went and I think we had like an hour to like mess around. Half the stuff we couldn't really mess around with.
But the gopher holes, you can't even fit in the gopher holes.
No.
I'm sure you could have as a freshman in high school.
You can run around on top of them though.
Yeah, with the tree.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and then there's that little bead thing that you can put your hands in.
I don't remember. Oh yeah, that's at the entrance.
Yeah.
We'd always spend so much time at that at the very end when we should have done it at the beginning. Or the waterworks.
Oh yeah.
We would spend so much time with the waterworks.
We did play with that too.
Of course, the waterworks is the best part.
Oh, is it?
Oh, as I always thought it was. That or the.
Oh, and then on the the third floor when they had all the airplanes.
Oh yeah, we always fly the shuttle.
You could sit in the little airplane. Yeah.
Or the supermarket was always fun too.
Oh yes.
Kyle told me because I don't remember this. He's like, "You don't remember?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "You ran the place." I'm like, "I did." He's like, "Yeah, you increased the prices so much nobody came and bought stuff." And I'm like, "I don't remember that." It's like, you have not changed since you were 5. And I'm like, sounds like me. I came in, he's like, you just came in, took over the cash register and said, I'm running this joint, and drove everybody out.
I like that. See, that place is just, you know, all these random things. You had like a little football court you could throw like footballs.
Well, the whole thing was to get kids, and the whole thing about childhood is to figure out what kids want. And if you can get a kid interested in something, then you've really got something there, because kids aren't interested in anything. They're all over the place.
We should go back as adults.
We need children before we can do that.
No, we just go find some children and say, we're taking...
We've had this idea before. We're not... Anyways, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcast every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. And good night. Hopefully, Phil doesn't steal any kids.